Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dad Games Badly. We're back here today with NHL23 and our 48-team expansion fantasy draft league. Now, our last episode, we went through the off-season, we got through where we needed to go, and this is the team before you in St. Louis. People of Missouri and the world. Genther, LeClaire making a first-line debut. I mean, obviously, what's her... Faceoffs is only 78. I really hope that gets better. I should have made that higher. But whatever. It'll do. She's fast. She can pass. She's got offensive awareness. She can't really shoot, which is fine. I really want her to pass. Is she a sniper? She's supposed to be a playmaker. Well, it is what it is, my friends, unless the system changed it, because it's dumb. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Having Genther, having three snipers on that line is going to go off. Kamel has made it this year with Holloway and Niederreiter, Sammy Blaze, Beniers, and Jeannot, Cogs, Glendenning, and Fortier, all here ready to do damage. Defensively, Owen Power, Bockwist, Brant Clark, Matt Dumba, Alec Martinez, and my buddy Scott Higgins. He's a big boy. We're going to knock some shit around. And in goal, Grubauer and Kosa. No weed this year. She's going back to the AHL, or to the dub, to play in Prince George and go from there. We're going to see how that goes for them. She didn't have the greatest season with us, so we are going to go into this. The AHL team is just whatever. There's not really many prospects on it because our prospects aren't great. We either have top-end ones or just a bunch of medium nines that we're going to have to work with. So, we did look at it at the end of last episode, but let's take a look again how we're lining up this year in overall-wise. 87, 91, 83. In all honesty, pretty solid team there. There's Huberdeau, Tavares, Konechny. Honestly, pretty solid as well. That first line is if that's the first line, Hubie, Tavares, and Konechny, that is pretty tough. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get into this. We'll just go ahead and sim through the season. What we'll do is we'll go to January. Or actually we'll go to December 1st. Yeah, there we go. So we'll go to December 1st. We'll see what happens here. Lose our first game 7-4 to Dallas. Love to see that. Absolutely not. Beat Colorado 8-4. Kansas City is up next. Oh, beautiful. Can't forget how this works. It's 3 points for a win, 2 points for an overtime win, and 1 point for a shutout win. No points for losses. 2 conferences, 8 divisions, 6 teams in each. We are 2-3 on the season, and that is not good. Okay, we beat Nashville. That's a good one. Vegas is up next. We lose to them. We beat Calgary. Can we beat Dallas at least once this month? We played them 5 times. There we go, finally. Can we beat Houston? They're in our division. Nick Schmaltz for Matt Dumba and a 4th. Why would I do that? I mean, obviously, Dumba's probably not doing so great this year. Can we beat the Squirts? Also in our division. They are in the bottom. Yes, we do. In overtime, though. I'm just going to edit the trailer. I just wanted to look at what Dumba's stats are right now. 3 points, +2, 19 minutes. I mean, he's a minute muncher, and he's not doing too bad. So, no. Probably take him off the block here. Nice that we have 5 wins in a row. Dallas is up next. I'd love to beat him in the monthly series anyway. We're tied at 2. This next game here, this is the one that matters. Who wins the month series? The best of 5. And it was us. We lose to Houston, though, shortly afterward to end that win streak. Dallas once more this month. Twice this month, actually. They really want us to play Dallas. Beautiful. We are now destroying them. Dumba for Barabanov. You signed him for 6 years? Sorry. Everybody wanting this right-hand D-man I got. I know I've got extras, but I'd rather have extra. They're hard to come by. We beat Regina. We've got Nashville up next. Can we beat them? Kampainen, Repkov, and Roger for Jeff Skinner. 3 years left at $9 million, though. How is Jeff doing this year? I mean, he's not terrible. How's he been the last few years, Jeff? 55, 56. Remember Buffalo signed him after this season? And we're like, hey, let's give him all the money. And then he was just like garbage. And then he slowly got better. I mean, he was good last year, 21-22. I don't know how he's doing this year. But Jeff, no. Sorry, 14 points is actually pretty good in 19 games for you. But I'd rather not trade away Dumba or any of those players right now. Lose to Nashville. We are sitting first in our division. Dumba for Kane, Palmieri. I'm going to say no. Houston, what do you got? 3 losses in a row, 12-9. Dropped to second in the division. Lost to St. Louis, we are St. Louis. Lost to Vegas. Regina, we beat them. Lose to Dallas. Beat Vancouver. And we're just kind of ending the month here. Luke Evangelista for 2 picks. Lukey, how you doing this year, bud? $23 points for the 22-year-old. I mean, compared to Stranges, Luke Evangelista is actually a decent player. He can skate. His strength isn't there, but he can score. He's got good discipline. His offensive awareness could use some work. Defense could use some work. But definitely not a player I'm looking to trade away at any time. All right, 14, 10, and 1 on the season. Good for 39 points. We are sitting behind the Stars, just above the Preds. The Canadiens and Maple Leafs are just destroying worlds. Nordiques are doing pretty well as well. Flyers, Devils. Panthers, Blue Jackets. Ice Dogs, Lions, Lobsters. And possibly the Explorers in that division. Oilers, Avs for sure. Ducks, Golden Knights, Sharks, and Coyotes. Wow, it's going to be an interesting group. Let's see, actually, right now, who would be making the playoffs in each division. So in the East, you'd be looking at Montreal, Helsinki, London, Toronto, Halifax, Philly, Quebec, and Europe. People like Florida, New Jersey. Well, no, because if you remember last season, they even screwed up how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that, where people in the West don't get to play. So right now, the top 16 is going to be Montreal, like, we're not even sitting in a playoff spot right now, if they do it that way. Like, we're 19th. We've only played 25 games, though, so it's not all quite adding up. Lineup-wise, let's see how everybody is doing, especially young Miss LeClaire. All right, Dylan, what are we looking like this year? 14. I mean, not great. 21 from Leclerc. I love it. Love it. 14 from Kamel. Not bad. 18 from Holloway. 17 from Nino. 12 from Jeannot. 11 from Beniers. 7 from Blaze. 5, 5, and 6. I mean, they're doing the job. They're not as good defensively as I would have hoped. Defensively, hey, we're gonna do that. Goalie wise, how we doing? It could be better. Down here. I mean, nobody's really going off, but everybody is doing their job. I mean, look at this pair. Noah Warren and Leon Gwanke. Plus 22, plus 24 with 19 and 21 minutes of ice time. Let's go. How are they doing in the AHL this year? They are 58 points, leading the league currently. Reeves with 25 points in 25 games. That was the only change. We weren't actually, yeah, we made only one change there in the defensive pairings. We just kind of see where things go. Let's go up to January 1st and see how Higgy's doing with more minutes. Lose to Edmonton and lose to, or beat Oregon. I do not want to trade with you after that, though. Thank you. Riley Carpenter for a second. Like, no. I also think computer is confused as to the team and how the drafts actually work now. Like, really, a fourth round pick isn't that great. 3 wins in a row here after beating Oregon, Houston, and Nashville. Barabanov and Yarncroc. No, thank you. You signed Barabanov for 6 years, and I wasn't willing to do that already. We talked about this in last week's, or yeah, the last episode we did. Beat Vancouver, beat Dallas. Love it. 54 points. Slowly moving up here. I don't want Del Goal. A lot of gaps in this schedule. I mean, Dallas to Albuquerque's not that far. Houston to Nashville's not that far. I don't know, maybe they're just expanding it. I'm not interested in Jake Evans. I'm not even going to look. There are so many teams that are just, like, racking up the points. I wonder if the East is just weak in general. $22 and 12 and 1, good for 63 points on the season. I'm really just curious to see if we're, like, even close to getting into a playoff spot here. Kainer's got 44 points, Leclerc with 33, Holloway, Genther with 24. Higgins plus minus went up by going up there, so I'm going to leave him. Alright, we're going to leave that. So Dallas is 8th. So that should put us in 12th. We are in a playoff spot, folks, and we still have, like, games in hand. Some people played 43 games. We've only played 35. Like, it's January, and we're not even halfway done our season. 6 more games. I mean, this month is full. Two. I have 4 back-to-backs this month. And all teams. Like, there's no Dallas in here. So let's go. We're going to be the 13th is our halfway point. We'll see where we sit after that. We lose to the Squirts here to start the month off. There is a Dallas game. I did not see them until now, so we beat them. Hallweg, Evangelista for Kerfoot and Voracek. No, I'm not getting rid of my prospects I actually like. I mean, Hallweg is shit, but he could have a good season this year. We'll see. LeBanc for Kempinen. I don't want to pay $7 million to have LeBanc on my salary this year. I need another top-tier left wing. I need somebody to, like, bump Genther down. So we've got beat Kansas City, beat Wisconsin, beat Houston, lose to Minnesota. And we are 26-14-1 at the halfway point. Get a point there out of Wisconsin in the shootout. Kansas City, we beat them. San Jose, can we beat them? Beat them Sharks. We don't. They beat us 7-3. I don't like that. Nashville's up next. They are behind us quite a bit. We can definitely win. It's a winnable game. Nope. Beat them 4-0. Kansas City, got to beat them. Good. Good. Minnesota, I would like to beat them. So we have tied the season series, at least. We do. 1-1. Calgary's up next. Can we beat them? We cannot. Houston, Alaska up next. Good thing they're a home and home. I don't want to travel from Houston to Alaska and then play a game. That'd be terrible. Beat Houston. Lose to Alaska in overtime. Lose to Tulsa in a shootout, and lose to Seattle right away. Okay, we're just going to keep going. There's nothing we can do about it. We're just going to keep going until the deadline here. And then from there, we'll make a decision if we can find a young buck that we can put in on that wing who's having a decent season, possibly. We'll see what's available to us. I would like to find somebody who is not a sniper. Not me. Beat Tulsa, beat Nashville, Kansas City, Winnipeg, back-to-back going up here. Can we beat Kansas City? We don't, but we do beat Winnipeg. Chicago, Tulsa, back-to-back. Beat Chicago. Lose to the Boars, 6-5. Tulsa, Tuola. Nobody's offering me anything, like, decent. Beat Oregon. Tulsa's up next. I'd like to beat them a couple more times this month. Du Bois have fired Carmen Law. I don't know. I thought it said Common Law. 112. Canadians have 127 points. They're like the best team ever. I don't even know who they have. Beat Houston. Beat Alaska. I don't want Adam Henrique. Tulsa, can we beat them? We don't. So that's 2-2 this month. 3-2 with that game there. Beat Edmonton. Can we beat Dallas? I mean, beating Dallas is the important stuff. Dallas is pretty good. No, we don't, and we lose to Tulsa. We are going to be a buyer, and we're going to enter the deadline and see what we can do. Yaros is available. Seth Jones, Shabbat, Uyghur, Klingberg, Leonard, Hall. Is Hall having a good season? Nope. The other option is Evander Kane. Hallweg. So Holloweg was a 48, is now a 58. Has gone up 10 overall since last season. Definitely not trading him, especially that he's only 19. I mean, Bergey's great. He's not going to help us win, though. Jarnkrok, again, same thing. Evangelista has 59 points in 61 games and a second-round pick. It's not worth it to me. Nope. Oh man, I should do that. L3, trading block. Alright, we've got some time anyway, right? So we might as well look and see who's available. I don't want any of that. Sorry, Pius. Pius. I'm not liking any of this stuff. Nobody's really looking to get rid of anybody decent here. It's just old people. Vince Dunn is going to Ottawa. Like, that's just the problem, is nobody is willing to give away, like, a decent player at the draft. Like, if I want to go get somebody, I'm really going to have to make it work. How's Jamie been this year? Eh. If just as good, if not better. Tori Kruganaposo going to Winnipeg from Houston. Wagner, Meyer, Shabbat, Ranta, Hyman is available. Jaime. Mason Marshman isn't good. Alkma, Tyler Mott. Abramov. Bayev. Leonard, Weidman, Nick Holden, no. Honestly, I think we're going to stay put. Like, I'm just trying to think of who would be available. Well, that's the problem, is I don't know where anybody is to be like, oh yeah, that's where I want to be. New Jersey. Sadi? Sadi. Meh. Alright, folks. I don't think we're making any trades this year. I don't see anybody that I want. And honestly, if I go and find... all left wingers in the entire league. Ovi is leading in points. I don't want him. I mean, I would go after Kaprizov, but Edmonton's never going to ditch him without me giving up somebody decent. Marchand, same thing. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm going to have to pay out the ass for somebody like this. Like Lafreniere, how much am I going to have to pay for you? Quite a bit. And they're not looking to move him because they're in a winning position. So I'm just not going to do it. There's no point. I mean, he's not doing terribly. That's a good, solid first line. They're getting +5, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to keep the +5, or that whoever I bring in is going to fit in on that spot. So we are out of the deadline. There were no trades are going to be made. We've decided to stay put. All right. Well, we are in a good spot. We are going to make the playoffs. Let's just fucking run it up until April 10th and see where the cards lie. Kansas City's up next. Michael Jaguar got fired in Ottawa or wherever. I don't know. We're not paying attention. Sorry. Trevor Claremont. Lose to Nashville. Beat Tulsa. Oh, 4 days off. Like, still only have 72 games. Like, how does Montreal have 66 games played and they have 138 points? I have 6 more games played to them and 10 less points. Like, my goodness, they are that good. But they didn't win last year, and they were that good last year too. So we lost to Nashville a second time, beat Arizona, beat Winnipeg, beat Kansas City. Can we beat Tulsa? We really need to here to secure a spot. I still don't understand how we haven't secured a spot at 132. Okay, we didn't beat Nashville that game, but we did beat Tulsa. Nashville's up next, then a KC game, and then April. I think we have secured a spot. Yeah, we have 132. We lose to Nashville again, beat Kansas City. 2 games against Tulsa, 1 against LA, and 1 against Arizona. Lose to Tulsa. Beat LA, lose to Arizona, and can we beat Tulsa on the last game of the year? We do, 4-2. So that is it, folks. Well, I think there might be a game a day or two ahead. So let's look at stats, but we will later. Okay, perfect. So we are the only team to make the playoffs from the South. In the Far East, you've got teams like Helsinki, Europe, Halifax, and London making it. In the Southeast, Moscow did not, though. In the Southeast, Columbus and Florida made it. In the Metro, just Philly. In the North, Montreal and Toronto. In the South, just us. In the Southwest, Vegas, LA, and Arizona. In the Midwest, just Colorado. In the Northwest, Edmonton and Calgary make it. The Battle of Alberta could be possible. So 9 players from the East, 9 teams from the East, 7 from the West. Colorado was the only team to beat us, and the best team in the league was Colorado, 166 points. Wow. Just wow. All right, let's take a look at how our team stacked up this year. LeClaire was 79 points. What are you now? You're an 81 overall, you absolute beauty. Holloway, 68. Beniers with 55. Bockwith with 50. Power with 49. Genther with 48. Niederreiter with 44. Gunther with 48 really scares me heading into the playoffs. Niederreiter and Kamel in the 40s. Jeannot with 37. 34 for Sammy Blaze. Dumba had 31. Higgins had 31 as well, but plus 22. He really started to pick it up once he moved up. Forte, Brant Clark, Luke Glendening, and Martinez. Everybody did fairly well. And in net, Grubauer, 908. Kosa with a 901. I do want to look at rookie skaters because I think Leclerc is going to win it, but there were going to be a lot of solid players. Like rookies coming in because you've got all these people that I made that were in this year. Entire league, we've got Marie Leclerc is going to win it. Engquist, Alicia Taylor got third in voting. Take a quick snap for my friends. I don't know why the cameras and the flash is on. There we go. My son, Dvorsky, listen, Guggenmo's with 50 points. Kamel up there, Bentham, Higgins was there, Meg Pension's there, Divine Panda, Pyle, McIsaac, Bergozin, my actual son, only at 19 points, but man's a beater. He doesn't do anything but fight, and if you knew my 2-year-old, you would understand why I built him like this. So... Alright, so that is a very interesting, very interesting, to say the least. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to stack up. And we'll be facing Europe Explorers in round 1. Let's go ahead and get into the right spot. Take a look at how all of this is shaken out, and we'll call it. Colorado and London, Florida, Vegas, Toronto, Halifax, St. Louis, and Europe, Montreal, Calgary, Columbus, LA, Philly, Arizona, and Helsinki, and Edmonton. Edmonton needs to go through Helsinki and either Philly or Arizona, and Calgary needs to go through Montreal and Columbus and LA so before we see the Battle of Alberta. In the semis is what it would be. So, very interesting how this all shakes up. You know, we're going to have to go through some pretty good teams here. Colorado, Toronto, Florida, all better than us. All better than us. So, it does look like it's going to be an interesting playoff round. So, don't forget to tune in for the next one, fam. I do appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me. I really do. Until next time, much love. Bye-bye.